All right, welcome everybody. Today's video, I got up at the crack of dawn to see the sunrise. And as you can see behind me, it's another cloudy morning, so nothing spectacular. So I'm over here at Chaweng Beach on Koh Samui. Koh Samui is Thailand's second largest island, and it's one of the most popular tourist destinations. Everybody comes over here to see the beaches. So I'm at Chaweng Beach, which is the largest resort town on the island. Lamai Beach is to the south, and it's the second largest. Both of them have fantastic beaches. Some say this is the best beach, some say Lamai Beach is the best one. Anyway, whoever, it's like comparing which do you like more, vanilla or chocolate ice cream. It doesn't matter, both of them are delicious. So anyway, we're gonna walk around and I'm gonna keep my eye on the sunrise, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of the beach and what you could expect if you come over here and stay early in the morning. We're gonna do a little walk and talk on the beach, which is always fun. So let's see what the morning has. But how is this morning? This is absolutely fantastic. And I'm all the way at the southern part. Right over there we have a fishing boat that's kind of moored. And then there's some townhomes and private homes and stuff over that little ridge. And then inland are just resort after resort after resort. This here is the Samui Hotel, and it's a bunch of little villas on the beach. They have private pools and everything behind the seawall there. But we're gonna walk off to the north. We're gonna walk towards the airport. The airport is over that hill up there. I think right now the tide is actually low tide. You don't have a whole lot of difference between low tide and high tide on this beach. It's kind of a steep sloped beach. So when it's high tide, it doesn't change much. When it's low tide, it doesn't change much either. And this is the Hotel. These look fantastic. They are remodeling like the dining room and stuff like that down here at the other end, but it looks like the rooms are still open. And the sun is trying to peek through, but there's just absolutely too many clouds there. That's kind of a cool looking cloud formation. You can see kind of the low billowing clouds on the horizon. And then like the cumulus clouds going up. I was hoping to see some brilliant reds and everything this morning, but there's too many clouds. What's funny is I went by one of these resorts and there was like 40 people sitting on the beach chairs, and they were just all waiting for the sun, so they got probably disappointed. Now this beach here I think is about 4 kilometers long, 3 or 4 kilometers long, and it's protected on both sides by these rocks. So you have, it's kind of like a C-shaped bay here. And you don't get too many winds, like it's kind of protected in here. The waves are pretty mellow. You're not going to do any surfing on these waves at all. So it's a nice beach to relax, do some swimming in. It's not a perfect beach for the kids because it doesn't have a lot of shallow water. And once you're off the coast just a little bit, it gets pretty deep pretty fast. The sand is just absolutely perfect. It's this powdery white sand. You can see over here, this is where they're remodeling the main restaurant area. Security guard up here on his phone. And we have a bunch more resorts. The accommodations are mid-level and up anymore on this beach. I'm sure there's still some discount places, but when I've stayed here before, they were more expensive than some of the smaller beaches. I mean, you can just see this sand. The sand is just absolutely perfect. Get over here getting the pool and everything ready. Lady that came over to take some pictures. Still nothing doing on the sunrise. This is like, I think it's Cricket Canyon Boutique Resort, if I'm reading the name right. Now this beach right here is just perfect for lounging on the beach, enjoying the sun. If you're a beachcomber and you're wanting like little pieces of coral or shells or like that, there's very little of it on this beach that I've found. Maybe more towards the north there might be some, but I haven't really seen too much of it. A couple more people here at this resort. This one here looks like the seawall is kind of collapsing down a little bit. Now in Chaweng town, it's the busiest part of Koh Samui. Right now there's still lots and lots of places that are closed up. A lot of the restaurants that I've seen before are closed up. There's a bunch of smaller hotels that just didn't survive. It's probably the hardest hit part of the island. Lamai Beach, there's quite a bit closed up there also, but it looks like it's recovered faster than over here. This is the Anavana Resort. Looks like they're gonna have their breakfast right there. I've stayed here at this beach before. I prefer to go over to Lamai or another beach area just because this beach, the backside of it gets so congested. There's so many taxis and so many songtaos and parked cars and everything. It just isn't much fun to try to find a place to park and to get around. You're dodging, worried about somebody running into you the whole time. But the hotels are nice. I mean, you do have this. This is what you ultimately come for, is the beaches. And you can't beat the quality of the sand on this beach. It's rainy season right now. It's mid-October. I was hoping that the rainy season would be finished, but it's still been raining every day. Now we're getting a little bit more activity here on the sun. Still nothing wow. I think this over here is the Cintura Grande. On this beach during the day, there's tons of activities. There's all the jet skis, banana boats. I think there's parasailing, whatever you want to do. There's also boat tours that leave from here. You can go see some of the smaller islands around Koh Samui. You can take the boat over to Koh Phangan, which that's a popular thing to do. Koh Phangan is just to the north, about 17 kilometers as the crow flies. Now, I've never been to Koh Phangan. Everybody goes over there for the full moon parties, but I don't have any interest in that. But there are some nice beaches. If you go there when it's not the full moon party, I think you'd have a fantastic time. And there's ferries that go from Donsak Pier over to Koh Phangan. You can also take a ferry from here. I think either the Raja or the Sea-Trans ferries, you can take a car or motorcycle or just ride on the passenger ferry. And there's other options, speedboats that go over everything else. Now, getting to Koh Samui is super easy. There's a massive airport here. You can fly direct from Bangkok to Koh Samui. Airfare to here is quite expensive. I think there's only one carrier that's allowed to fly into Koh Samui, so they set their prices up. So what a lot of people do is they fly into Suratani on the mainland, then they take an airport transfer to Donsak Pier, and then they jump on the ferry to come over here. And the ferry is like 180 baht or something like that for one person. If you bring a car, I think it's like 590 baht for a car. That includes one passenger. Here's the Chaweng Resort. There's the pool right there. You can also take the train to Suratani and do the same thing and transfer over to the ferry and bring you over. And what a lot of people do is if they want to go to Koh Phangan, they fly into Suratani or into Koh Samui, and then they do a transfer from the airport or wherever over to Koh Phangan. Me, when I come to the island, I like to be able to get around, so I always bring a car over. I mean, you can come here and you can rent a motorcycle. Getting around on a motorcycle is probably the easiest, if you're experienced on riding a motorcycle, that is. I've been over here and I've seen tourists crash motorcycles and get all jacked up, because the roads are a little narrow, a little windy. They have sand and stuff like that on them, and it's easy to crash, or if you get caught in a rainstorm, whatever. All right, so this is one of my favorite ways to start a day. I just absolutely love this. To get up early in the morning, come see the sunrise. It's still kind of a sunrise, but whatever. The beach is still fantastic. I mean, you can see everything around me. It is just so nice. So I like to get up early, and especially on this beach before it gets crowded. This is one of the most popular beaches, so it does get very, very busy during the day. So I wanted to come over here and experience it early in the morning. And I always like to get out and walk around a little bit, get kind of the blood flowing, get my day started. It's always a great time for me. Plus, you get to see one of the best beaches in the world. This is definitely by far one of the best places in the world. It's easy to get to. It's just fantastic. Can't really describe how nice it is to be able to come to places like this. So we're going to keep walking around a little bit and see a little bit more. So there's probably about 25-30 meters of beach or so. And let's go up here and just take a quick look into the Centuria Grand. Over here is the, what are they calling it, the sea scented beach bar. They have all the beach chairs here to relax. Over here is the pool. So if you were to stay here, this is what you could expect. Oh, this is a really, really nice pool. And then they have looks like a 4-story tower. It kind of wraps around, so you have some good sea views. Let's see what it would look like from the pool. Yeah, this would be your view from the pool. Yeah, that's not terrible at all. All right, let's keep walking up the beach a little bit. It looks like the sun is finally over the top of those clouds just a little bit. So it's getting pretty bright now. But the sun, he had his chance to show off, and now he's just toying with us. You can see the Centuria Grand goes way down the beach. Yeah, the last time I stayed at this beach over here was 2019. And it was the absolute height of tourism in Thailand. They had 41 or 42 million visitors that year, I think. And we came over here and then we went over to Krabi, and both places were just so jammed up with tourists. Since the last 2 years, every resort place you go to, they're screaming for people to come and stay. There's so many hotels, everything else that have closed up. The big chains have survived, but all the little mom and pop operators have all closed up. So hopefully for them, things will turn around. People will be able to invest and open up their hotels, everything else that they dream about, and be able to make a living. Yeah, you can see the sun's up over the top of those clouds now. Yeah, we're not going to have the brilliant oranges and reds and everything. Got a guy over here. This is a big job. He's raking the sand. Now this resort here, this is the Avanti. When I was down here last time, this was a vacant lot. They weren't even building it yet. So let's look at this. This seems to be kind of the trendy place for all the young kids to come. Yeah, here's their beach bar, and here's the restaurant over here. They have some other stuff going on. I think that's over there, the hotel reception, and then they have the hotel rooms back behind. During the day, everybody's out here on the pool chairs. There's like a swim up bar, and you can sit here and enjoy the ocean. They got a tuk-tuk out here for the Instagram crowd. Yeah, this is fancy here, really nice. They have a Koh Samui. Yeah, this is the Avanti, and they have a sign, eat, sleep, beach, repeat. And just to the north of the Avanti, you have another resort. Lots and lots of beach chairs. Of course, you got the soy dogs out here all over the beach. Now right here, this is kind of the middle of the beach. So they have a lot of water sport activities that we'll set up here during the day. There's a little trail that they can come in from the main part of town. They can bring the jet skis, everything is set up over here. Yeah, this is another nice place over here. There's not a whole lot of shade on these beaches here at Koh Samui, so the little lounger chairs there with the umbrellas make it nice. Otherwise, you'll look like a tomato after sitting in the sun. I always laugh when I see tourists that come here and you can see it's like, yep, you just barely flew in and you spent way too much time on the beach your first day here. You'll see them, they'll just be so red. I have some stories about going to Italy one time, and we went to the beach, and one of my friends got so sunburned. He was so sunburned that he kept wearing his shirt. He wore like a thin shirt, and he got sunburned worse through his shirt because it was so thin. And he was so sunburned that he peeled 3 times. He probably has skin cancer to this day. He was just, he was horrible. He peeled off like a snake. He just pulled a whole sheet of skin off. It was so bad. And of course, we're guys, so he was in agony, so we're swatting him on the back and all of that. It's just what you do. That was the good old days. And I'm still doing the same thing. When I went to Italy, I just jumped in a car and we drove down to Rome and Venice and saw everything. And I still do the same thing. I still would just love to just jump in a car and drive to the end of the world and see what's over the hill. I've never grown up. I'm 50 now and I'm still the exact same mentality. So this is the Banana Fan Koh Samui. And it looks like definitely a place worth considering. I mean, you can't go wrong. If you stayed in a shack here on Koh Samui, you're still in heaven. Have a few of the boats and everything. Oh, and the sun's going back behind some clouds. All right, so that's gonna finish up our little walk around video. The sun's going back behind the clouds and it's gonna probably get a little cloudier later on and start raining again. So anyway, I'm gonna head back to find some breakfast. Our hotel we're staying at has breakfast included. So get a bite to eat and start my day. We're gonna be leaving Koh Samui. We're gonna be going to the west. So there'll be some more videos coming up. I'm excited about a couple things that I have planned. So stay tuned. And if you're new to my channel, this is the kind of videos I do. I just go out and I show you what I see and tell you a little bit about what I know. If you can listen to my constant talking, that's I got a lot to say sometimes. You can just ask my wife. So I do these open narrative videos like this. I just walk around and I talk and tell you a little bit about what I know. If you like this kind of stuff, then stick around, subscribe. If you're looking for adventure videos, that's not me. I passed that 3 decades ago. So anyway, I just tell you a little bit and show you the sights and sounds. And if you like it, click like and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. I always like to know from my viewers what they think of the videos. If you want to know something different, ask me a question about it. I sometimes forget to, while I'm walking around. I hear a lot of people tell me like, oh, what was the name of that hotel or something like that. Sometimes I forget to say it. So just ask me, I'll be happy to answer it the best I can. And if I don't know, I'll tell you that also. Just doesn't hurt to ask. And share it with your friends, if you want. Share it on your social media. It helps me get promoted and lets more people find my channel and lets me do what I do and make more content. So anyway, from over here at Chaweng Beach at Koh Samui, I'm enjoying the morning. It's been fantastic. Even though the sunrise was a little disappointing, it's all right. So anyway, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.